we're going to look at what is coming in on the on Saturn, really going into invisibility, like we're moving into the shadow of Saturn on February 8th, and we do not come out of it till April. Okay, and I want you guys to think of this moment in particular uh, as an enormous personal moment of transformation. All right. There is, with Saturn going into shadow, we know the amount of work that has been done in the realms of energy, right? And he's going underground. Is going to visit Pluto, and they're going to have a little powwow. And but it's also affecting all of our consciousness. Yesterday, we started to have a huge solar storm, sending enormous amounts of new neutron to the planet, huge energies. There's a lot of static in the air. So a lot of interruptions in the air, a lot of glitches. I know I've been experiencing some. I'm sure you guys have some too, right?
Yeah.
What? So those are not exactly from the providers. It's also that we're having this shower of new, neutrons coming in, and it's being experienced by 18 satellites.
Wow.
Okay, so being conscious of that gives us the ability to have a little bit more patience. Okay, we don't have to react to it like this. Just go with it. Okay, we're moving into the shadow of Saturn going dark for a while, for a few months. Remember that we are conscious here that we've had many planets staying in retrogrades for lengths of times that have been very unusual in the last
meeting.
And so what is occurring with Saturn going into the underground for us personally? What is occurring is that we're going to have some life reviews, okay?
Yep.
And we're going to have a multitude of de-anchoring, like releasing, you're letting go, conceding, okay? Just, it was not your lane to be in at that time in this lifetime. And one thing that I questioned that came up for me was, on what earth was I when I did that?
Yeah.
And that is also, you kind of ask yourself that, but we have to go and look where Pluto was in effect in your Pluto reception. Okay. So you have to go to Leo, right? Which is the opposite of Aquarius. That Pluto is just coming in. It's about 19 minutes right now. In the first minute, it's a long progression. And we have to understand that we are releasing what cannot come about in the future for many of us. Okay. So it's also capable to activate the imagination necessary for the intuition that you're receiving.
Everybody loves me.
You guys get that?
Hello?
Oops. So anyway, we go with the, we have to understand, okay, that in the moment that Saturn is going into shadow, going into dark, what happens is whatever we've been hindered by, things that are fun, we've paid up, our karma, whatever. There's a lot of this life reviews that are going to come up for us to clear, you know? And we've all experienced life reviews, right?
Yeah.
I hope so. Anybody that hasn't experienced life reviews in this group, I don't think so. So we all have these moments. Well, this time around, remember, we just got out of the age of Capricorn, and this is where I'm going to share a screen with you guys. It's important that you guys get the kind of energy that we are we're having a chance to be aware of. Okay, so you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
No,
Yep.
it's saying no, not yet. I
Well,
don't
no,
see
you
it.
see, well, you see this?
All right, now it's up. Yeah, now it's up.
Okay. Okay, so what I asked this morning was the significance. Remember, we're moving out of Capricorn, right? We've been there for a generation. Okay. And we're moving in the unknown of Aquarius. That is going to be a 20-year cycle. But this 20-year cycle is coming in with particular aspects to it, right? So in the cosmic wider relationship, when we look at Capricorn, that we remember, the Capricorn is what did you acquire in that age? What did you become aware of? What is usable still to move on with? And whatever, how much material overburden do you carry with you, right? It's like, how much do you depend on your life to be an adjustment of the Joneses? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, don't follow the Joneses, right?
You know what I mean? It's like what you've been jonesing for in the material time that we were in Capricorn, acquiring without care for quite a moment in our lives. Remember before 2020, the rat race we were in,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Before 2020, we were all moving so quickly to get somewhere we didn't know where we were getting to. It was like, oh my God. And it was an accumulation of a Sagittarian energy at that time. It's because Sagittarius is prior to Capricorn. So we look at Capricorn to compare here what we've been baking in. We've been expressive primarily of the first and third aspect of divinity. The first aspect of divinity is will, power, ignition. The third aspect of the dignity is, you know, it's your mind working in the aspect of the moment. I just blanked on this one for some reason. Okay, so Capricorn, this is the constellation by means of which comes the conquering will, which releases from form life and from form the initiation that we took in Capricorn. We all have taken it together. And in the release of that, taking that initiation that we took, we've been releasing burdening forms of ourselves, right? You get what I'm saying here?
Yeah.
We've been paying attention to more of our internal chaos from some of our reaction and why did we have these reactions, right? And we've been working on making it more like even keel, like understanding the moment. And we've in Capricorn globally we exercise that energy. I can assure you guys we've done that. We're still all speaking together, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
So when we look at the form of life and we became initiate like disciples, we initiated ourselves within our soul aspect, and we began to really connect with the higher self of the soul container, the monad of it. We became organically being able to say, I feel your soul, right? We began to have all kinds of events throughout the world for all those years. I know because I attended them, some of them.
Yeah.
and and we looked at each other in the eyes and said we can do this, right? We took all kinds of different challenges. It took all kinds of forms. At this moment we're completing that cycle, okay? And I think that we have the opportunity to connect the soul, the monadic aspect of yourself, your everything of self. Capricorn is a major transmitter of the seventh ray, which relates to the first aspect. The seventh ray is ceremonial order. And I can say that one thing that I did learn on the very 29th degree of Capricorn, at the last minute with Mercury being there, that I needed to get some order in my delivery, in understanding what was happening to all of us in the world. Okay. And ceremonial order is the ultraviolet ray. And at this very moment we're being showered with new energies, and we are being interrupted with those energies coming toward those satellites, right? To me it's just fascinating when you look at all these little pieces of pie. And even this morning I was listening to Donnie Doach. He goes, I don't know what happened in the last week or so, but something's changed. I got hope.
Oh.
And people that don't think the way, the process certain things the way I might do it, and I try to share it with you guys, is that they are subtly, consciously, with an unawareness of it, that is kind of like coming to life within them to wake up, right? You don't have to stay in fear. You don't, because when you stay in fear, you pile on the magnetic, that magnetic bomb, that trap, that if you don't release it well, it's going to explode, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So at this moment, just like what happened that Saturday when, Pluto went into Aquarius, just the first minutes of this event, the world is starting to sense it, okay? But the world also wants us to know, remember what you acquired in senses, in magnetism, in knowledge, in abilities, in manifestation. What manifested in your life that got you a little bit step ahead, that you can And you can interfere with yourself and say, I think I got a better way to think about that now.
Mm.
You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
It's accomplishment. So at this moment, when we look at this expression, the seventh ray is in the last analysis, the focus, differentiated energy of ray one, the ray that started everything,
Mm.
as it expresses the will of the first aspect of divinity on earth. Esoteric Astrology, Alice Bailey, page 138. The third and fifth ray works preeminently through the sign embodying the third major aspect of divinity, active intelligence, plus that is the subsidiary power of the fifth ray, the ray of mind. Remember, Venus at the very 29th degree of Capricorn during the summer spent a retrograde in one sign, the powerful sign of Leo,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
and took presence of itself in it, empowered itself, because we are becoming aware of both the feminine and the masculine condition of ourselves in our own personal lives. Okay. We're learning to understand the opposite of what we are, right? We have the opportunity with Pluto in Aquarius in the next 20 years. The global community has the opportunity to take heed and learn from the Capricorn generation and move on forward with the expressive principally of the third divine aspect. The third ray expresses itself powerfully through the sign, strongly connected, however, with both the first and the second ray at this time, and in a particular manner. The initiate consciousness see the hierarchy as primarily energized by life. Okay. Now I want you guys to take a flash picture of the last generation in Capricorn and how many of us have been reaching out to each other and creating groups and teams that have been energizing this power. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that is the hierarchy. The power is felt. It's seen in many ways, but it's also mainly felt in our solar plexuses right now.
Mm. Mhm. Yeah.
It is also the ability, like today we have the sun shining outside my door, which hasn't happened in a long time. Okay.
No sunshine here. No.
Yeah, so I took a spinal bath of the sun on my spine for like a couple of minutes, did it with my crown chakra, put it through my pituitary and sent it to my spleen, and stayed with that meditation within for a few minutes in there, right? And
Mhm.
so that we can condition purposely, manageably, because we're about to go into life previews, people. What is the opposite of Aquarius? Leo.
Mhm.
You guys are from the generation of Pluto in Leo, right? The
Mhm.
polar opposite is going to ask you, principally, you guys that are aware of this moment, to find the holy marriage of this attunement. And I think that is amazing. Okay.
Mhm.
So when we're going to Aquarius, strongly connected, however, with both the first and the second aspect at this time and in particular manners. The initiate consciousness sees the hierarchy as primarily energized by life and by energy of Aquarius carrying up to now unknown aspect of the life energy of the deities.
Mhm.
So Aquarius is rules hierarchy. So we're moving into the appreciation, the connection, the neutrality of being absorbed by the effects of the hierarchy. Okay, being absorbed by the radiance of the hierarchy. We understand that energy is always absorbed as far as the forwardness of the quality of the energy. It blends and it adds to something better. And that is the condition of our world at this moment. We are seeking better. We're seeking, uh, you know, collaboration, cooperation. And we're seeking an expression of the second aspect of divinity, wisdom and love. And we can begin to uh, make points of all the different ways that we can have to participate with that. Okay. Now we're going to go to what is that fifth ray that only comes to, which is the ray of mind, the ray of science, that only comes through Leo in Aquarius and Aquarius to Leo. This is the first time that since the Pluto Aquarius, the Pluto in Leo energy, that it's completing that cycle. This is wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Remember, Saturn is going underground on February 8th, right? In the last 150 years, there has been so many new virtual things, 30 years, 35 years, 40 years, the virtual type of things that is kind of accessible to many. But prior to that, the industrial age and its causes, right? Which at one time was fine for the time and the era that we were in. All this in the next few months is going to reprocess. I want you to be aware of that, okay? There's going to be coming in and taking out. There's quite a few waves of energy, people, okay? It's quite extraordinary. I'm going to show you right here. I mean, it's like a roller coaster this year. I'm going to take you to this chart. I hope you can. Can you see this chart?
Yeah.
Okay. This is like, you see here, February 8th, Saturn shadow.
All right.
March 24th, Jupiter shadow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just 10 days before, 11 days before Uranus went direct, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pluto shadows. We're moving toward quite underground activities, okay? But what I want to warn us, I'm not looking for the exterior world, okay? Even though we're self-aware of that, what I want us to focus on is what do you have to let go of? What fear? And ask Saturn that while he's underground, you know, to take it with him and get rid of it, please.
Yeah.
And,
Good
and
idea.
you know, do a
Yeah.
little personal ceremony on February 8th. Go within, right? And just, it's like do your spring cleaning, okay? So there's not going to be spring cleaning when he comes back in April.
Mm-hmm.
You sent him to do it, okay? But
These Lionsgate February 8th.
let me see. I don't know. I can't say.
Yeah, I think that it is, and that's a big thing too.
Well, yeah, but if it's the lion, when we're looking at the Lion's Gate, February 8th, okay, yeah, the opposite of Aquarius, yes.
Right,
And
right.
okay, we're looking at the Lion's Gate. Okay, remember that gate has been baked. That
Wow.
veil is been like opened up. It's burned off by now because it has the buoyancy, like the buoyancy, the air floating of Aquarius coming into active thinking, right? And it's
Mhm.
got the buoyancy to stay on the surface. Remember, we had intelligence Venus completing the big cycle of the cycle of Pisces, right? We on the very tail end of closing it, and we get to practice through the generation of Aquarius right now before we enter the completion of the Piscean age. Remember, we are in an interlude right now of 95 years. So by the time we really get to the age of Aquarius, so much will have transformed.
Mm.
And if we choose to manage the the expansion, the clarity, the justification of putting in the foundation of this new age, is to be willing to let go when you're so aware at this moment that from the February 8th till the shadow is over, you can practice releasing what you're really fed up with.
Mm.
Okay. This is a good omen. It's giving us
Mhm.
space to create.
Mm.
Hmm.
Yes.
You know,
Mhm.
it's like, let's breathe a little bit. And what can I create with that blank canvas? Right.
Okay.
Mhm.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So when we're looking here, okay, January, so we're at February 8th, the shadow, and that shadow is in Pisces, okay, 7th degree. That is something that we want to go in our degree book, degree, and see what that shadow will offer you as a life review. Remember, in Pisces, it has the illusion, and that illusion can be actually completely darkened and uh, released and completed. And now you have more space to create. So there's so
Mhm.
much happening. It's like this year is a roller coaster. Okay, it is perfect for people that go within
Mhm.
to adjust the wave management that you're going through. Okay, you're the one that is in contact with your mind, your cerebral energy, right? Your pituitary, the blender, you
Mhm.
know, and you're also the one that can direct that light from your soul to your solar plexus and to your spleen and take charge of that valve. Only release a few life reviews at a time. Don't open the faucet, please.
Okay. Yeah, we'll be sorry if we do. Surprise, surprise.
Hey.
So,
Don't
my
like that
friends,
surprise.
you have other obligations, but it is my duty to warn you of all the potentials we're having right now,
Wow. Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm happy to, to share. But yeah, this is pretty freaking wild.
Wow. Yeah.
To
Very
me, it is
strong.
okay.
Yeah.
I see things happening right now. We're gonna go over these Leo aspect tomorrow. Okay, this
Mhm.
is so important for you guys because you are Pluto Leo. Okay, you
Mhm.
have a lot of say so in that moment. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and I got a chance to make you guys become very responsible,
Mhm.
awareness, responsibility, having
Yeah.
a new self expression about what is about to happen to all of us.
He's showing us what's ahead. Yeah. Ooh.
Oh, yes. See, look at this guy. Look at that Leo. Like, da, 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 da,
Right.
da.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Beautiful.
I know. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow,
Bye.
and
Okay.
Have a good
y-
day.
you have a
Yeah,
great
you
day.
too. Everybody have a
Thanks.
Okay.
good day. See you
Bye.
Bye bye.
tomorrow. Bye bye.